Welcome back, Daily Show. Sorry, I was running out of music bed and we were talking business. Back in with Jim Claywell. I had like a traffic jam. We're fixing the lower third. I had a traffic jam like 270 out there just a moment ago. I'm sorry about that. We're running behind today.
It's all right. It's all good. We'll catch up.
Well, this is really cool. You guys have done this Breakfast for a Hero for 7 years now. And now this time the location is at Julia's Banquet Center, and this is an event space, and this is going to be perfect for it. I mean, because it grows and grows each and every year.
Yeah, it has. We go back to the first year, which was 7 years ago. My business partner, Terry Schneider, has always been thinking of what can we do to reach out to the community, where we help the community and with no expected return. And as an investment firm, you always expect returns in one's portfolio, but this is more about giving.
Yeah.
And she came up with this idea called Breakfast for a Hero, and this is predominantly a veterans event. We want to honor those veterans and their families on Veterans Day. So it started, and we had like 45 people show up at Sportsman's Club the first year, and we thought, well, why don't we get a veteran to be our keynote speaker? And it has morphed into last year. We had over 225 veterans and their families. It's phenomenal. And then we added the Gibson girls out of Jerseyville to come and sing the wars, the songs from the war times, and they're in costume. And to see these veterans hear the songs from back then, it's goosebump time, really. Well, it's really cool. Well, and now, it really is cool.
What amazes me is just in a unique way is, we have such a dense veterans population, and
we do.
It seems like it keeps growing. Do you see a lot more younger veterans coming in too with the older ones?
There is some of that, but again, we also want to emphasize that family members of veterans are also included as well. And that's where we see the younger ones, children of the veterans, maybe grandchildren from these veterans. So we don't see that as much. But, boy, some of the people in the room, kind of the lost generation. There's not many World War II veterans left. And, there's a lot of Vietnamers out there. And, again, we just want to appeal to everybody. So, and service isn't just if you fought in a war, but maybe you were at home doing something as well.
Yeah. Well, and this time around the horn, you're up for your 8th annual. Have you seen 7 years of repeat breakfast goers at this point?
Pretty much. They look at this as an annual event. And really, if you think about it from a veteran, it's a big day.
Yeah.
Honoring those veterans, but we should really honor them every single day. But it is their day to be honored for all the work that they've done. So this is kind of what we also thought about when we started about kicking off the day for them. Let's start it off with a great breakfast, a great keynote speaker, and then entertainment from the Gibson girls. And then they may go out to the VFW in Alton. They have a program out there for lunch. And again, having a day where it's all about them.
This is just going to be such a cool experience, and it's free to all veterans and their immediate family. The guest speaker this year, fill me in.
His name is William Doral. He's from Pittsfield, and he is a retired colonel in the Air Force, so he'll be talking about his experiences there in the Air Force. The last 2 years, we haven't had a keynote speaker. Okay. It's been a little hard for us to get someone, but what we had done is had an open mic. And what was fascinating is there were some veterans who were reluctant to pick up the mic and talk about their experiences, but when some of the other ones did, they felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was phenomenal, the stories from all branches of the service. So it was really cool to hear that, but we are grateful that Bill's going to join us and talk about his experience in the Air Force.
Well, now, this is the first time you've been at Julia's. What's the experience been like working with them?
Well, we haven't worked with them.
Just not yet?
This is the first year. So again, we can't say it enough that we are not at the Best Western. And we felt that from an accommodation standpoint, it was just going to be better moving forward. So we're looking forward to being at Julia's, and I know their banquet facilities are phenomenal. So again, can't say it enough. Don't go to Best Western. Nothing against them. They did a great job, but we're going to be at Julia's this year.
And we'll make sure to make that repeated in the article too, just to make sure that we don't send you guys the wrong place. This is 8 to 10 a.m. on Tuesday, Veterans Day, November the 11th. And how do we RSVP? Because that is going to be a little bit important for this.
Yes, it is. So there's two ways to go about it. You can call our office at Embark Wealth Partners, which is 618-433-8881, and register with a phone call. If you have 1 or 2 or 20 in your party, register all of them through that. Or you can email, and the email is CASTA, C-A-S-T-A, .zipman, Z-I-P-P-M-A-N-N, at, one word, RiverBender.com, casta.zipman at RiverBender.com.
And we'll make sure to include that as well. And this is just so cool because you have some great community partners. I mean, you guys Embark Wealth Partners are, the driving force behind it. But with Robert's Motors and Gent Funeral Home, First Mid, the North Alton Godfrey Business Council, Zeke's out there and he's ready to come on in the studio, American Family, Miller King and Upper Deck Roofing, and along with Landmark Realty, great local businesses supporting you on this.
Yeah, and the idea is as this thing has grown, I mean, we want it to be free for all of them, and there's going to be an added cost, and so we come together as a business community to help support these veterans.
Well, and now, are there any FAQs when it comes to parking at Julia's that for any handicap or anyone that needs some of those accommodations?
No, I do think that the parking out there is expansive, and for any of those, so there'll be some handicap parking in front. It's pretty simple coming into the main doors. You just go right in. And for those who maybe wheelchair accessible, I think it's very accessible for them.
Perfect.
Right.
Well, and now what's for breakfast?
Well, I don't know because I'm not cooking it. Thank God. But we'll have a buffet that has all the usual things such as scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage. Obviously, coffee is important in the morning. So
absolutely.
And we'll rely on Julia's to cook it again because I am not. So.
Now, do we need to get there earlier than 8 o'clock, or are we got good to show up right at 8?
Yeah, great question. The doors open up at 7:30. We want to recommend that they get in early so that a lot of people aren't coming in right at 8. We'll pretty much get started at 8 or slightly after. We're talking to the VFW to have the color guard there and get the ball rolling. It's anticipated that from our speaker all the way to the end of the Gibson Girls presentation that we should be done around 10-ish.
Perfect.
So we don't want to wait too long after 8. So we encourage people to come early.
Now, how long are the Gibson Girls going to perform, and then how long do you anticipate the keynote speaker?
Keynote speaker's probably about 30 to 40 minutes max.
Okay.
Probably 25 to 30 with his conversations, and then we open it up to Q&A.
That's cool.
And then pretty much the same thing with the Gibson Girls. What we find is they go for about a half hour or so, and then people love it so much they go an extra song or two.
They're really good. I mean, they're really
phenomenal.
Good. And the following they have is just incredible. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, they do a lot of these veterans events. They've done a wide variety of things. They're very spiritual girls, so they do a lot of church programs and whatnot. But they're exceptional. They really are. And we're grateful that they're virtually right in our backyard.
Well, I have no doubt that this Breakfast for a Hero is going to continue to grow for its 8th year this time around, Jim. And you make sure you register. You have to. Is registered required, or if someone forgets and says, I forgot to call you, are they going to get turned away?
No, we'll never do that. But we want people to register by November 5th, a week before, only because we got to give a head count to Julia's. And our final cost that we have to divide by our sponsors is based on our head count. If there's probably one or two or a few people that show up at the last minute because we're not going to turn them away, we'll just have to hope that Julia's will have some extra, and we plan for that.
Okay, so that's interesting. I just wanted to make sure. You can call 618-433-8881. That's 618-433-8881, or email casta.zipman, that's ZIPPMANN, at RiverBender.com, and we'll link everything on that again. This is going to be really a great time. And over the 8 years, it's kind of been fun for you to watch this grow really to what it's become.
Yeah, I'll tell you, though, that every year it just continues to kind of give goosebumps from our standpoint of watching the vets. And when the Gibson Girls sing, watching them, and you can almost feel as though we're going back in time. And it's just kind of surreal how they really, really appreciate it. And we do see countless veterans coming back from previous breakfasts, and it's just it's a joy to see them happy.
It's incredible. Is there anything else we need to talk about on this event for right now?
No, just saluting all those veterans out there. We would like to think we can do 200 plus again like last year, and the more the merrier. And we salute all those veterans, and a way in which we do so is to have a breakfast for a hero.
Let's get to 400. I think we can get 400 vets into Julia's.
Well, they better start registering. We'll get them in there, yeah. But call before midnight tonight.
There you go. You can call 618-433-8881. That's 618-433-8881, or email casta.zipman at RiverBender.com. We'll link all that in a write-up. Jim, always good talking to you.
Thank you.
Take a quick break. Zeke J. Bush joins us next.